Welcome to Make Dirt Track Racing Fun Again with Fugly Pushco. I'm Bill. Today we have Tony, who is with USAC. Can you tell us your actual job title?
My name is Tony Jones. My official job title with Avanti USAC CRA is a race director and a race coordinator. When I put the schedule together, get the sponsors, help out the racers by getting the sponsors, and everything goes back to the racers that we get throughout the year. And so, yeah, that's it. And talk to the promoters and listen to all the things that come up throughout the night from racers, their wives, their crewmen,
Push truck guys.
the fans. The push truck guys are the good guys. But yeah, I'm the guy who takes all the heat when something goes down.
A punching bag.
Pretty much.
So I want to bring up real quick Avanti. This isn't a promotional thing. We don't do sponsorship stuff like that. But this guy is really, I know he's been around racing for a while, but he's really come along and helped this series a lot.
Absolutely.
Recently, right?
Yeah, I talked to Jerry Petty a couple years ago. I mean, he started to dip his feet more and more into the sponsorship of the race cars. Then he got into more of the promotional, and then obviously the series. Casual conversation came about where, hey Tony, how much is it to get involved in your series? And we have many small sponsors
right.
that pay $3,000 per sponsor, but he came in with a $20,000 check for the end of the year banquet.
Oh wow!
And
very cool.
then he has a $500 bonus, cash bonus for the feature winner every night for our 24 races that we ran, and more. He bought the trophies, so
wow.
he's
really stepped up.
He's really stepped up for our series, and we're very appreciative.
I don't think I've ever actually met Mr. Petty, but I see his name everywhere, the Avanti name everywhere. It's really cool. I see how much he's done. So we're here at the Western World. I should have announced that, but I suck at this. And it was a great show last night. I think we had 46 cars.
45 cars.
45 cars.
Yeah.
Great show. I think we only had one get upside down. That was it. So it was good, clean racing.
Yeah.
Lots of wheelies on the backstretch for us to look at.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed it from our side of it. We expecting the same amount of cars tonight?
I think so. Maybe more, a couple more,
wow.
a couple less. We don't know.
Yeah.
Until Pill Draw, I don't do any car counts. But yeah, we'll hopefully it's about the same amount. It's good for Ron Meyer, the promoter here at the Mojave Valley Raceway. That he's so gracious to have us here with him, and so it's good for him. The more cars, the more people, the more pit passes, the better to pay the purse. Here's all a cash only deal. So when at the end of the night, all our officials are inside trying to count the cash and trying to once again give back to the racers.
That's awesome. This is my first time at this track, but we've really enjoyed ourselves. It's a cool little track, great little scenery around here. We had a great time in the Laughlin last night and this morning, and a good time. Let's go with a good time. It wasn't great. So one of the things that we always try to ask people, because we hope that there's people watching this that have never been to a dirt track before. So what would you tell them to get them to come out? And then once they're here, what would you tell them to look for besides a bunch of cars just turning left?
Well, my biggest thing is, I've been around this stuff for 54 years. My dad's done it for a long time. I ran sprint cars for a long time myself, over 20 years. We always try to get the fans to come out to help promote, to tell their friends. But the biggest thing is, this is the most lethal type of racing that you can find. The power to weight ratio,
oh my gosh.
The wheelies, the open wheel racing, slide jobs. It's a big deal. I know there's a lot of people that come out for the first time and like shake their head like, man, these guys are crazy, and they are.
Oh my God! Last night, some of that we saw last night.
Oh yeah, they're trying to find that fine line, and it's you got to find that fine line to go fast, and sometimes you step on it every once in a while, and you find out you went across that line. But the biggest thing is, once again, this is the best form of racing that you can, for the entertainment. Obviously, if we can cut out the yellows, the reds, the halftime performances, the downtime, obviously, the show just rolls and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get to a track, we got to fill in so the promoter can sell some hot dogs, which is understandable. But the
keep
biggest
doors
thing
open.
is, biggest thing is, like, once again, the power to weight ratio, the lethal amount type of racing we do, and you know, they put on one heck of a show. And the thing to have them watch when they come out here is to enjoy it.
Yeah.
The smell, the methanol. I mean, dude, when guys fire up the cars, you know, this morning, you smell that methanol and just, you know, get you going. The methanol, the noise, you know, if you bring the kids out, make sure they have earmuffs.
Yeah, it
You
was
know,
loud last night.
it's it gets a little loud, but these are the type of motors, you know, 900 horsepower, you know, 900 horsepower, 410, you know, motors that put out a lot of horsepower.
Yeah.
You know, and these guys, most of these guys have mufflers on it, so it's not that bad. But when you uncork these things, man, they sound pretty awesome.
There's no better sound in the world than a 410 sprint car. I don't care what anybody says. So you said you used to drive sprint cars. Did you ever race anything else?
No,
always sprint cars.
I followed my dad's footsteps. He raced pretty much all his life. He was in the Indianapolis 500 in 1977.
Oh, cool.
So he raced Ascot. He raced back in the, you know, Eldora and all the big tracks, and that was his favorite because he knew that's what separated the men from the boys. And yeah, my one of my favorite tracks, you know, I would say, you know, Terre Haute. You know, it's that was a really cool track. Obviously, Parasol Speedway, our home track.
Yeah. You guys are there next weekend, right?
We're there next weekend. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, that's the end of the year deal.
Yeah, we haven't been there yet. I'm hoping we want to take Fugly there at some point because it's a historic track.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Fugly came from Manzanita, so another historic track. We want to hit all of the historic ones, but
that was my favorite track.
Oh, I love it.
We won a couple races there, and I tell you what, it was a big deal. I mean, it's, you know, anytime you can go out and beat you know, JJ Yaley and Richard Griffin and, you know, guys back in my days at Manzanita, it was a big deal. So
absolutely,
yeah, and that's unfortunate. That's what the tracks in Arizona. We don't want to see them go away. We don't want to see, you know, them close the doors. We need people that run it, that want to run it, that want to be that help the racer, and the racer help them. You know, so, and that's why we're trying to next year possibly get more into the Arizona area, try to get more guys running with this. It's kind of far for the California guys to travel, you know, but the thing of it is, if there's money up for grabs, they'll definitely do it.
Yeah, especially with these cars.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I know we went over, we tried to keep it short, and we went way over that. So we will call it here, but thanks again for joining us. I really appreciate it. And we're going to have a great time tonight at the second night of the Western, and hopefully it's a safe show. Good enough. All right. Thanks, Tony.